Guys, it's Metal. Just doing a little update for you. I had someone ask for gem information, and it occurred to me that I had, I guess, updated some stuff and hadn't mentioned it in a while. So we've got a 4th ascendancy, so I have Unbound Avatar back, and I do more skill, effect duration, and then each of the masteries in here, because each one of the masteries gives it more total duration. So it's not very much, but you can see it's like, 0.14 seconds per, and then this gives it like a pretty good 4 seconds duration. So it just gives you like 14.5 seconds instead of 8 point whatever, 9 point whatever the base is. So that's what I run in those. Lightning Rod, I've been running obviously Scattershot, Concentrated Effect, and then still the Lightning Infusion, and I've got the 5 link on this. So Primal Armament, which is like just 25% more damage, which is really good. And then I'm not really positive what I want to do in this 5th slot. So far, Longshot has felt the best, so I basically pop it down, stun the boss, and then walk away a little bit, and it just does a lot more damage. I've also tried running Shock Magnitude in this slot, and that feels pretty good too, but I feel like I have enough Shock Magnitude from the tree already, and so I figured more flat damage would be better. It's kind of weird that it's conditional upon my range, but you don't have to be that far away. You just kind of walk away a little bit, and it ramps it up pretty well. So that's what I've been using. I feel like if you wanted to, you could use the close range support, like infighting or something. I forget exactly what it's called. I have it in one of my other ones, so I'll get there in a second. And that makes it do 25% more. So this is just 35%. It's more damage. If you meet the condition. So that's what I've been running in this, but not 100% sure on this one. So try Magnitude, try this. Let me know what you think. Lightning Arrow, I've got 25% more attack speed just to shoot faster, 100% chance more to shock, lightning exposure on shocks. This is how I proc my lightning exposure. And then this has actually been really, really nice for mapping because the direct damage of Lightning Arrow really does not matter for this build at all. All you're doing is proccing Herald of Thunder procs from killing things, which helps you map clear really, really well. And then you're proccing exposure and then proccing the explosions of the Lightning Rod. So I don't run any real damage stuff in this, but I probably will slap Shock Magnitude on this, probably, or maybe Culling Strike when I get a 5th for it. Herald of Thunder, I do this, which is just, when it shocks guys around it, which is cool. Blind, because why not? It just, while you're clearing, just makes enemies easier to hit, makes them less accurate when they try to hit you. And then I cannot decide whether I like Shock Siphon better in Voltaic Mark or Herald of Thunder. And I'm having a really hard time testing it. So, in theory, this is great because when a shocked enemy dies, you get energy shield back. Some maps, I feel like Voltaic Mark is better because I'm, pre-shocking stuff and then blowing them up with Voltaic Mark, and then it gives it more. Other maps, I feel like I'm blowing stuff up and shocking it with Voltaic Mark, and then Herald Thunder is finishing them. So, I don't know. Sound off in the comments if you've got an opinion. I'm not really sure. But anyway, I usually have it in one of those two. Ghost Dance, 30% less skill effect duration. That just makes it take less time to get to the next Ghost Shroud stack. So whenever you get hit, it comes back sooner. Mana regen, because, why not? You need mana. And then life regen, because why not? This is super not required, but it is nice for things like burning ground or any kind of dots they could put on you if you've got the spirit to support it. I would do the mana regen first, so this is less necessary, but it's nice. We'll take Mark, more cast speed, sure, because it's just easier when you're running around, just, slapping stuff down. Just makes it easier to get it out there really quick while you're farming. This is whenever you kill a shocked enemy with it, you get a buff. I found this to be better in this so far, but again, you could put in Herald of Thunder, but either way, you just get a lightning damage buff whenever you kill something that's shocked, which happens pretty frequently while you're farming. And then this is close combat. I've got it on Voltaic Mark because my theory here is that when I get swarmed, I really want Voltaic Mark to kill everything. So that's kind of why I've wanted Voltaic Mark to have the close combat versus putting long shot on lightning rod. But I feel like, again, you could do either of those to your preference, but to me this makes sense because when you're farming really fast, you're just slapping Voltaic Mark down on whatever and blowing it up. But in a pinch, if there's a bunch of shit on you, you probably want it to super die if you're getting swarmed. So that's why I have it on this. So that's kind of my thought there, but not a requirement. Conductivity, I have the ability to put a 3rd slot in this. I just don't even know what I would put in it. I've thought about doing the cursed ground, where it turns it into a ground effect and not a debuff, but then there are certain bosses that like move after I curse them, and I'd rather it stayed for a little bit, although, you know, the duration isn't that long. I probably should upgrade this gem to get more duration, but it's a really short duration even upgrading it, and it costs like so much mana. I'm actually gonna look at that right now just to see if I'm crazy. Sorry, I plan for these videos to be fast, and then, you know, I just like get sidetracked and do a bunch of dumb stuff. So here we are. So if I did upgrade Conductivity, yeah, so like it only goes to 7 seconds from 6.6, but it doubles the mana cost. More than doubles the mana cost. I feel like that is totally just not worth it. So anyway, that's kind of my thought there. So yeah, I don't know what I would even do with a third gem in this. Orb of Storms. I've got Chain, of course, and then this is not required, but this is nice because it basically means it electrocutes things sooner. So when things are primed, it means they've got enough electrocution. It just skips to the end and electrocutes them. So like on a boss, you only need to electrocute to 80, and then if the Orb of Storms is hitting them at all, it electrocutes automatically, which is nice because Orb of Storms doesn't do any damage, so this is just like an easy free one to put in. And then 40% more area of effect, which is great. When I get 5 slots in this, I will probably do Spell Echo and the one that lets you put 2 down, but I don't think I would want to manually have to hit it twice, probably, so I'm waiting till I get a 5th one to test that out. But really all you need is Chain in this. So if you're low level, just Chain, and then your next thing would be area of effect, just because it's quality of life. Cast on Shock, this is the least required thing that I have, but it's Arc, and I have Winter with Inspiration, which is just reduces the mana cost, because it can cost quite a lot. And then Considered Casting, which is just more damage. I don't actually know like how well this Arc itself adds to my damage, but it seems like it should be good. I mean, 350 lightning damage. You know, with all my lightning stuff, that's 1,400 per hit. So, like, you figure my lightning rod is doing, like, 1,800 per hit. It's obviously hitting a lot faster, but it seems worthwhile to put that in here. I tried swapping Eye of Winter out for, like, Lightning Cascade and a bunch of other shit, and, like, Eye of Winter is just so, like, busted. Like, you don't even, again, you don't care at all that it's cold. It's just for critical weakness. Like, I don't even scale crit. I took all the crit out of my tree. I have no crit chance whatsoever other than a little bit on my bow, and critical weakness is still just so good. It's 10% crit. I mean, it's just 10% base crit, not 10% increased crit, 10% base crit. It's really, really nuts. So I don't know how you get away from using Eye of Winter. It's just like way too good. And then Wind Dancer, Maim, because whenever it procs, it maims them, and Maim is nice because it makes them move slower, and they have less evasion, so I can hit them, but it just slows them whenever it procs and knocks back. So that's cool. And more slow magnitude, because why not, I guess. And then this is just basically so that whenever I am mapping and I kill things, I recover life. So I'd say between the 3 of these, you probably want the Cannibalism if you don't have it anywhere else already, just because it's nice quality of life, but again, not a requirement. So that's all my gems. And then just since I'm doing the update, I did get my 4th Ascension. Pretty cool. So now I've got Unbound Avatar, as I mentioned earlier, plus this. Just while I'm here chatting with you guys, I think looking back, I would definitely take Protect Me from Harm before Unbound Avatar if you're having any survivability problem at all. I think I slept on this move a lot. The 40% less evasion rating sounded way worse than it is because of diminishing returns. I used to have, like, I think 10 or 11,000 evasion. And it was like, I don't know, 77% evade, and then, 0% armor. So I lost like 10% rough evade, right? I lost like 4k-ish evade, but then I just got 60% flat, like, physical damage reduction, which is insane. So even though armor kind of sucks in this game, like, compared to evasion and energy shield, just getting 60% armor, like, borderline for free is bonkers. Like, this character is so much tankier. And then I'm still doing the damage taken from mana before life. I've got some extra mana regen nodes just because I need to sustain a lot more mana with the cast on shock on certain bosses. And I've lost some mana on gear. And then I think I'm eventually going to use for my amulet, I've got Cat's Reflexes just because it gives, or Cat's Agility because it gives evasion. I'm going to eventually take, there's like a, it's not Mind Over Matter, but it's like a minor node. It's like taken from, I have it highlighted here. Where is it? This one. I'm going to eventually add that to get another 10% of damage taken for Mana Before Life, which I think will make me a lot tankier. So I've got the Delirium stuff to do that. I'm just waiting to get a better amulet. So, same bow I've been using. I just corrupted it. It didn't do anything. Made a pretty decent ring recently. Pretty okay chest piece. Pretty decent ring. Decent amulet. Honestly, a very sick quiver. Like, I don't know that I'll get a better quiver than this playing Soul Self-Found. Boots with lots of move speed and cast res. Nothing to snub your nose at. Okay belt. Same unique gloves because they're awesome. Been using this helmet for a bit. Nothing wrong with that. And then I usually run the freeze charm just because like getting frozen is pretty much the worst thing that can happen to you. So this helps with that. So that's the build update. Yeah, see you.